All right, there we go. I had a little trouble connecting to the live stream. Okay, now we're up, and I can see my handsome face in the camera. And you know what that means? That means it's time to kick this bitch off. So you may notice it's a little darker in here. I don't know. Maybe you don't notice. Actually, I usually do this pretty early in the morning, so you probably can't fucking tell. Anyway, I slept in. I whacked off twice. Took a nap. Ate a snack. Went to the gym and did not do the live stream show this morning, which means one thing: live from my basement. It's Saturday night. A fresh episode of the Savage Sack Tap starts right now.
You're listening to the Savage Sack Tap. It's not a podcast, it's not a half-cast, it's just a quick shot to the balls to help you finish off the week. We're cutting through the bullshit, filling your Friday with rage-fueled logic, and cracking a few jokes along the way. So grab a bag of frozen peas. There's a Savage Sack Tap coming your way.
Smooth, lascivious, salacious, outrageous.
Yeah, we got the recordings up. I'm sure we'll have some issues with that. We had some issues with that. Everything's a fucking disaster. I'm a disaster. Actually, I'm fantastic. Look at me. Chiseled jaw, broken fake glasses here. I got a nice fresh glass of water for sober October and hydration and everything. But yeah, how we doing? Mike Montone, Savage Sack Tap. Thank you for, like I said, the fucking recording software is already freezing up. What a Saturday night. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of the Savage Sack Tap. Wow. On Fridays, I tend to take the path into work because I like to sleep in, leave a little later. I work for a show that starts very early in the morning, Monday through Thursday. So Friday, I treat myself to some extra Z's. And let me tell you, dude, the rush hour commute with the office drones is just terrible. I mean, not for me, because I'm just going to a fucking radio studio to fuck around and write dick jokes, but it looks awful to just be one of these office guys. I see them, they have the AirPods in, they just have these like blank stares on their face, and they all wear those stupid fucking vests over the button-down shirt. The Midtown vest, it's called. I think I did an episode once about how stupid those things are. Yeah, they all dress the same, act the same. I got a feeling there's a lot of undiagnosed depression and erectile dysfunction going on among that group. Fuck that. I am so glad I do not exist among them. my eye is itchy. One sec. Oh, there we go. Hope I'm not developing a case of pink eye. That would mean someone farted on my pillow, which would not be cool. Also, be quite suspect because no one's really been in my apartment. So what the fuck? Who's coming in and farting on my fucking pillow? Anyway, yeah, it's been actually been a nice, pretty nice weekend so far. Yesterday I recorded the Halloween Spooktacular over at my uncle's place. So we shot a bunch of video. Hopefully it all recorded and captured okay. Because my phone was on 1% battery when I finished up, and then the phone died, and I wasn't sure if it got all the video or not. So let us pray, namaste, and we'll see if we have that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. My uncle's a wacky ass dude. He busted out some great costumes. We threw candy at each other. We made a lot of inappropriate jokes. So you should see that. I'm thinking I will post that one maybe this coming Saturday, so it's up for Halloween week. That sounds about right. Yeah, the Spooktacular, because the following Saturday would be November, and that would be fucking stupid. I'm not gonna do that. So look for it. Look for the Halloween Spooktacular coming next Saturday morning, and I have a bunch of video and stuff that we shot that I'll be putting up on the Facebook page, facebook.com/thesavagecrew, for you to enjoy and get your jollies to. Get your jollies. No, you don't want to get your jollies to. Getting your jollies, I believe, is a reference to ejaculating, and I would prefer that you not. Well, look, you know what? In fact, maybe you do want to get your jollies to it. Far be it for me to stop you. Right? I like to think that I'm masturbation worthy. I'm looking at myself in the live stream reflection here. I've got a great build, bulging biceps, nice chiseled shoulders, great jawline. Yeah, in fact, you should get your jollies to it. I stand corrected. Whack away, boys. Whack away. Or ladies, rub away, gals, rub away. Rub-a-dub-dub. But yeah, it's one of my favorite. My two favorite episodes every year are the Halloween episode I do, and then I do that with my uncle, and I do the Christmas episode with my brother and sister. Family for the holidays. Family saying horrible things into a microphone is what the holidays are all about. Degenerates getting together to have a good time. This is the third time my uncle and I have done the Halloween episode together. The first time I did it, I was actually working. My schedule was 4 to midnight, and I went over there at like 10 or 11 in the morning, and we got fucking wasted during the day and recorded it. And then I took an Uber straight to work in the city, where I took it like to the PATH station and got dropped off. I was fucking shithoused when I got to work. I almost probably committed a considerable amount of workplace sexual harassment that night. I don't know how I pulled that off, because I was fucking hammered when I got in, and I was writing news at the time, which requires a great deal of accuracy and attention to detail, but somehow I pulled it off. I was drinking like fucking apple cider rum punch all day and recording a podcast, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. In any case, I somehow avoided being a workplace sexual harasser. Speaking of sexual harassment, I was in the locker room at the Retro Fitness in Hoboken here last Sunday, getting a workout in, because like I've said, I've been doing sober October, so I'm completely fucking. I gotta fill the time on weekends, so instead of having fun, I've been going to the gym, which is fun in itself. But so I go in there, and I walk into the locker room around the same time as this Hispanic dude, and he goes to the corner to try to use the locker, and I'm finishing my workout. I'm gonna get my shit out of my locker and get changed, and I go to open my locker, and he uses the locker right next to me, and it was a completely empty locker room. It was a Sunday morning. There's like fucking nobody there. He gets changed, spreads out, has a very loud phone conversation, all while I'm disrobing, covered in sweat and disgusting, and cleaning myself up and getting changed. I mean, who the fuck does this? This is incredibly, incredibly strange behavior. First of all, the taking the locker directly next to a complete stranger in the otherwise empty locker room. It's just a big no. You just don't do it. The rule of thumb is you go as far away as possible from the next guy in the locker room. And I get it, like I always take the locker like across from the mirror, so I can check myself out, make sure I'm looking good, because if you look good, you feel good, and if you feel good, you play good, and if you play good, they pay good. I learned that from guys in the NFL. They say that while they're stretching before games. But this fucking guy, literally the locker directly next to mine, and he was on his way in. It wasn't like he had been using that locker and that was it. He had his pick. He had his pick of the entire fucking locker room, and he takes the one right next to me. You just don't do this shit. It's just that's fucking weird. I don't even care if you're a gay guy and you're trying to fuck another guy in the locker room. Be a little discreet. Have some gamesmanship. You don't just fucking plant yourself right next to them. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? We're trying to have a society, okay? And then he has a loud phone conversation also in the locker room, and on a Sunday morning, no less. Now, if this was like, if it was a weekday afternoon around lunchtime, and he's got the Bluetooth in, and he's making deals, and he's doing his thing, and it's business time, I understand that. It's a fucking Sunday morning, all right? You do not need to have a Sunday morning phone chat loud in the fucking locker room Like, the locker room after a Sunday workout is supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to fucking chill, take your time getting fucking changed, no rush, the world is your oyster, everything is just about relaxation and zen, and I got this fucking jackass drinking a fucking pre-workout, having a fucking phone chat 3 fucking inches away from me. It was just fucking terrible. And I was not, I don't like to get big timed, so instead of doing the thing where, I rush up and get out of there because it's uncomfortable, I outlasted that motherfucker. I plopped down, I'm usually not a phone guy in the locker room. I was fucking checking Instagram, I had a few texts I had to send, fired off a few tweets, checked in on the old Facebook page, got a look at the football schedule for the day. I was not going to give him the satisfaction of chasing me from that location in the locker room on a Sunday morning, because fuck that dude. But it is undeniably, I was talking to a buddy shortly after this about the gym etiquette, and it's like, everyone has, it's almost, I know we can't talk about race anymore for some reason, but like, it's like every group has different kind of, I've noticed, like, etiquette issues at the gym, and I'll happily start with, like, white bros, because they're one of the biggest fucking offenders. They don't shut the fuck up talking to each other. They usually travel in groups of 2 or 3. They take up all sorts of space. A lot of them blast loud rap music for some fucking reason. I thought the whole white guys being obsessed with rap music thing died when I was in, like, 7th grade, but apparently not. Still alive and well. They don't really do anything of substance in the gym, but they take up very necessary pieces of equipment. They're usually doing some sort of stupid fucking, like, arm lat superset, and it requires a lot of cable stuff and a couple dumbbells and a lot of space, and it takes forever because they're lying to each other about how much pussy they got or will be getting. They are fucking terrible. I've noticed the Hispanics are big phone people. They think you're supposed to be able to walk around talking on the fucking phone at the gym, particularly in the locker room. They are the worst locker room offenders, in my opinion. I will say this, the brothers, fantastic, and I'm assuming it's because of all the team sports that they play. They go there, they work out hard, they show everybody up, they're stronger than you, they're bigger than you, they're faster than you, and then they get the fuck. They can be a little slow with the getting changed, I've noticed, because I notice they like to primp and kind of check themselves out and look good, and shit. They're very big on checking, like, firing off texts and stuff like that. And then Indian guys are just absolutely awful. Dude, they're fucking terrible. I was doing dumbbell straight leg deadlifts the other day, and I cleared a nice little space for myself. And this fucking Indian guy comes right next to me and starts doing fucking rear delt flies with 5-pound dumbbells. Almost clocked me in the fucking forehead. I gave him a fucking death stare in the mirror, and he scurried away to the other side of the gym. Just what a fucking retard. In any case, just awful stuff. Really, things like that can just absolutely ruin an otherwise fantastic gym session. But what are you gonna do? I'll be back in tomorrow. Hopefully it's not. I'm gonna try to get in. I have to get in very early tomorrow to work out because the Cowboys play at 8 o'clock. They're the Sunday night game, and that means I have to sleep all day so I can watch the game and then take a nap after the game and be, like, well rested for work, because I go into work at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and these fucking Sunday night games they always come down to like a field goal, and they don't end until like 11:45. It's just absolute bullshit. But yeah, what else is going on? It was Columbus Day this weekend, or this past weekend. There's always this big controversy, at least on Twitter and in the op-ed pages, over Columbus. So I go out to interview people and ask them if they think, should Columbus Day still be a holiday? Should it be whatever? Nobody gives a shit. Literally, I could not. I thought this would be a great, divisive topic. I'm gonna get some hard opinions this way, hard opinions that way. We're gonna really find out, get the pulse of the people. No one fucking cares. Nobody cares. Nobody at the parade gave a shit. They were just like, yeah, we're here to enjoy a parade. We don't fucking care. They change it, don't change it. I don't give a shit. It's a day off from work, whatever. And then I go down to Washington Square Park, where I figure, the NYU kids, the little wackos, the little fucking, liberal nut jobs would probably be like, Columbus was a murderer. He was a murderer. He enslaved the Indians and he killed everybody and butt-fucked them to death. Nope. Nobody gave a shit. I asked a guy who was selling, like, liberal fucking resistance Hillary Clinton pins in the middle of the fucking Washington Square Park in the heart of liberal New York City. And I was like, so what do you think about Columbus Day? He's like, yeah, I don't care. He's like, I'd probably prefer it wasn't Columbus Day. We probably shouldn't celebrate him, but, I'm not going to spend too much energy on it. Who gives a shit? That's it. Nobody fucking cares. It's all a fucking fake Twitter fucking controversy. It's bullshit. So if you see it happening online, and you see people getting riled. It was, you know what it was? It was a great example of how online outrage isn't real. It was just a fantastic fucking microcosm of how the shit that goes on the fucking internet, nobody in the real world actually fucking cares about. It's all, anytime, and this is like, I should be a consultant for companies and explain this to them so that anytime people on Twitter are complaining about something that a company did, like whoever the fuck, McDonald's or Nike or whoever, alienates half of the people on Twitter, it should just be like, this should be the glowing example of nobody giving a fuck. If nobody gives a fuck about fucking Columbus Day, which is like the biggest fucking thing on Twitter every year, then just it means nobody gives a shit. Nobody fucking cares. It was so nobody gives a shit that the only Columbus Day protests that went on, I think went on the day before Columbus Day out on fucking Randall's Island, which is just, it's nowhere. It's in the middle of the fucking East River. Nobody cares about Columbus Day. So anyway, I wrapped up early and I went and got some penne and a slice of sausage and pepper pizza, that was just amazing. Delightful. Chicken thighs and some veggies and potatoes going in the oven right now, so I do want to get to those in a little bit. But first, before I do that, I have some news stories to go over, and before I go over those, I have to tell you where you can find me on social media. Facebook.com/The Savage Crew is where you are watching this live stream. The one person, whoever the fuck is tuned in right now, who has a worse Saturday night than I do going on, apparently. I'm terribly sorry. Seek therapy. Twitter at Mike Montone, Instagram at Gary_Moyler, MOYLER, and you can of course download the show at thesavagecrew.libsyn.com, or wherever the fuck podcasts are downloaded. I think it's in iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, wherever I don't fucking know. It's out there. If you can't find it, on the Facebook page, all the links are up there. And honestly, if you can't find the fucking show, you're a fucking idiot. So I don't know what to tell you. If you're listening to it now and you don't know where to find the show, then you're just stupid. Ask if you're listening to it with someone else, like you're in their car and they're like, yeah, I downloaded this fucking podcast. Just ask them. You have to be a moron not to be able to find a podcast these days. People are always like, where do I find it? I'm like, on the fucking internet. Look at the Facebook page. That'll tell you. So we have an election gearing up, and I really don't consider this to be a political show. 2016, I probably did a lot more politics on the show than I would have liked to. But it was just such a thing with Trump and everything. Well, this is what people are talking about. It's what I got to talk about. But, I mean, now I'm going to talk... It's funny, I say, I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm going to jump in and start talking about politics. But I'm not going to talk about, like, politics. I'm just going to make fun of these fucking dopes. I don't know if you guys saw this LGBTQ whatever the fuck it is, town hall that CNN held... last week. I think it was on October 10th, maybe. It was about a week ago. So I probably should have covered this on last week's show, but I didn't. So who the fuck knows? So I mean, it was just an absolute hilarious disaster. First, Joe Biden accidentally or pretended to come out of the closet. He was talking about being in San Francisco. He said, well, when I came out of the closet, and then it was and Anderson Cooper roasted him. He's like, I always knew, Joe. And then he pretended to kiss Anderson Cooper, and people were mad. People were mad about that. because they had a playful, fun moment. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is, I mean, that. Is there anything... Oh, well, actually there is, and we're going to get to it. But, seriously, that is just a microcosm. It just encapsulates everything that is preposterous about the modern gay... Look at me, Freudian slip. Modern day Democrat move. They are just so ridiculous. So this is great. Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, whatever the fuck his name is, was interrupted by trans activists at this town hall. So let's see. I have it on Twitter here. I'm watching it. I don't.
I think they know who you are. Let's start right from the audience. Owen Goldman, he's a PhD student studying the behavior of volcanoes at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
Good evening, Mayor. As I know, quick.
This is ridiculous. They brought a flag with them. This is fucking preposterous. And I apologize on the live stream if you're watching me watch a video that you can't see. This is probably terrible entertainment. But then again, you're enough of a loser to be spending your Saturday night watching this, so, you know, fuck yourself, I guess. How stupid are these? So, they interrupt the only openly gay presidential candidate with a Trans Lives Matter chant at the LGBTQ town hall on CNN, being hosted by CNN's well-known gay host. I mean, how much more of an ally to the community could everyone there be? And, like, they're starting this ruckus, like, they're interrupting the thing, just completely throwing off the evening. Like, how fucking stupid is this? And this is the thing. This is why it's it's gone beyond being about rights. Now it's just about being the loudest one in the fucking room. Because if it was about rights, they would just be there kind of taking in the show and asking their questions like everyone else. But instead, they're just making a big ballyhoo over nothing. I mean, these guys are there answering your questions at the town hall. Obviously, they give a shit. They care about your rights. This is so stupid. So, stupid Beto O'Rourke. Look at this dumb face. He is the worst. I don't know. I would vote for some shitty... I would vote for Saddam Hussein before I voted for Beto O'Rourke. This guy is just a fucking mook. Nobody likes Beto O'Rourke. I remember when he got up on that table, he was like, I'm so fucking proud of you guys. But after he lost an election, biggest douchebag in American politics, and Beto lost to him. It's amazing. But this is great. So...
Lizette and Daniel, go ahead.
I want to take a moment with my question to Valine of our transgender siblings that did earlier and that have spoken up today, especially black trans women.
I don't want to take this away from you, but living black trans women are being killed in this country. Then you have erased black trans women. Last time, let me tell you something. Black women are dying. Our lives matter. I'm an extraordinary black trans
I mean,
woman. I deserve to be here.
it's like a fucking episode of Sally Jesse Raphael or Jerry Springer or some shit. A black so there's let me set the scene here for what I just played. The mother of a little trans, I don't know if it's a trans boy or I guess a girl who identifies as male because it's wearing a suit. I have no fucking clue. Is up there and asking a question, and all of a sudden, a black trans woman named Blossom comes storming out of the crowd like she's fucking Kanye West and grabs the microphone away from this woman and starts yelling, you have ignored black trans women for the last time, and starts yelling about how black trans women are being murdered, which is actually true. I have heard that there are higher incidences of violent crimes against black trans women. But again, a town hall for you. These are the people who care. you don't have to yell at them. You can just ask the question. That's what they're there for. You don't have to have a fucking conniption and go nuts and take the microphone away from another trans person. I mean, just absolutely absurd. Fucking ridiculous. So, oh my god, this thing is freezing up like crazy. Yes, I just did an update on this fucking machine. Oh, there it is. It's back. And I don't even have any other programs running. This is just absurd. So there was another moment. Chris Cuomo, fucking doof. Chris Cuomo is, I guess he was hosting for part of it, and Kamala Harris, who is just so disingenuous. Kamala Harris is like the Black Hillary, I feel like, comes out and she says, I'm Kamala Harris, I'm running for president, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. And stupid Chris Cuomo, Fredo, says, yeah, mine too, as like a little joke. And, of course, people furious, because there is no joking about LGBTQIAA issues in the year 2019, because who could make a joke about any of this? It is, but he was forced to go on and tweet an apology. So he tweets, "Please read. When Senator Harris said her pronouns were she, her, and hers, I said mine too. I should not have. I apologize. I am an ally of the LGBTQ community, and I am sorry because I am committed to helping us achieve equality. Thank you for watching our town hall." It's great. It reminds me, I was watching The Office the other day, and Dwight Schrute, he set a fire in the office to teach them about fire safety, and he almost killed Stanley. And Dunder Mifflin said, well, look, either issue an apology, you have to issue a statement of regret for your behavior, or you're going to lose your job. So he shows up, and he just reads a piece of paper that says, I state my regret. And that was his apology. I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, this is just amazing. And then probably my favorite moment of the entire thing comes from this idiot when Joaquin oh no, was it Julian Castro? Julian Castro. I think Joaquin is his brother, who's also a dope. Julian Castro is another one of these disingenuous jackasses that the Democrats have paraded out onto the debate stage over and over again in 2019. Is up there answering questions saying, what advice would you give to LGBTQ Americans on telling family and friends that voting for Trump negatively impacts us? Which is funny because I think Trump has actually, I don't think he's been bad for gay rights. I don't think he's done anything like wrong. I think he's just pretty much been like, anyone can do whatever the fuck they want. I think that's been his thing. I don't know. I'm not positive. I don't really follow that shit because I don't fucking care. But I'm gonna watch this video very quickly, and I apologize again if you're watching on the screen.
Diamond, a singer-songwriter, Angeles. She currently supports Mayor Buttigieg. Shay, what's your question?
She a diamond.
She a diamond.
Put that on the record.
It's on the record.
Yes, honey. It's violence to miss or to alter a name of a trend. So let's always get that right first.
So, if you're watching this and you couldn't see the video or hear what the fuck she said, the host referred to this woman, her real name is, after a I don't fucking know. I guess, I have no idea what her fucking real name is, but she goes by Shea Diamond, but it's spelled Shea, like Shea Stadium, and she's dressed like a witch, almost, which is funny, and she describes herself as a singer-songwriter. I don't know, does she have any songs out? I should probably look into that. I have no fucking clue. But she says, it is violence to misname a trans person. So, her name is Shea Diamond, but it's spelled S-H-E-A, like Shay. But I guess it's like a clever Shea Diamond. like, she a diamond. And she said it is violence, an act of violence, to misname a trans person. So, it can cause physical injury to misname a trans person. This is how preposterous this is. And this was on CNN. This was on televised for a national audience. Each candidate got a half hour. It was like 8 hours long or some shit, or four. Who the fuck? It was like an entire. If you were to binge watch an entire sitcom, like TV series, that's how long it would have taken. Like a season. That's how long it would have taken to get through this fucking CNN town hall where all of these idiots were trying to out-progressive each other. And this is going out to all of middle America. And everybody, just everybody out there who is like, I think the Democrats might be insane. This is going to drive them to the polls. I mean, this was just a fucking 8-hour or 4-hour or however fucking long it was, Trump ad, basically. But yeah, just some absolutely hilarious moments there that I had to go through and share, and I'm so glad I did. Moving on in politics, I just want to quickly touch on this because fuck Hillary Clinton, seriously. She referred to the very sexy, very ambitious, and very patriotic Tulsi Gabbard as a Russian asset. She said she thinks Russians have their eye on somebody in the Democratic Party and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate, saying they have a bunch of sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. And it's Tulsi Gabbard. That's who she's referring to. Because, by the way, the fucking New York Times and CNN have slammed her that way too. And this is the new thing. They're slamming Tulsi as a Russian operative because she is the one that appeals most out of the Democrat camp to the sort of moderates and the right wingers, because she has some conservative positions. And right now what we're doing is, it's clear that Biden is probably not going to win the Democratic primary. For a while they were trying to push Kamala Harris hard, but she's not very popular. She's got this stupid fucking catchphrase that she uses for Trump. She says, "Dude, gotta go." Oh, like she's really hip and cool. Dude, gotta go. Like, shut the fuck up, Kamala. You remember when you were putting black people in jail for pot? That's just, yeah, you're not gonna be president. There will be no President Kamala Harris. So they're trying to position Elizabeth Warren as the candidate because they're going to muscle Bernie out of it again because it has to be a woman. That's it. I think we're at a point now where the Democrats, the kind of the Democrat war machine has decided that they will not stop until it's a woman, and for some reason Tulsi is just they want nothing to do with her. Because I guess because conservatives like her or something. It's just fucking retarded if you ask me. Because, I don't agree with all of Tulsi's policy positions. I think she at least would be a fantastic candidate. I'd hear what she has to say. I probably wouldn't vote for her. I'm probably going to vote Libertarian again. But just absolutely preposterous. And Hillary Clinton calling her a Russian asset is ridiculous. Because Hillary Clinton right now is on a book tour promoting a book called, like, Strong Women or some shit like that. So, how fucking... Again, I think that this is the third time I've used the term disingenuous today. How disingenuous is Hillary Clinton that she's going out and slamming Tulsi Gabbard as a Russian asset while she promotes a book about strong women? What a cunt. What a cunt. Yeah, just absolutely ridiculous. Good for Tulsi, though. She fucking swung back. She referred to Hillary as Queen of Warmongers and the embodiment of corruption. Good. Good for you. She was on, I guess she was on Tucker Carlson last night, too. She said, because she knows she can't control me, and she accused Clinton of having blood on her hands after the Iraq war that she championed. I fucking love Tulsi. At least it looks like some of the Democrat candidates have come out to support her. Cory Booker tweeted this, like, eyes bugging out fucking GIF or GIF or whatever the fuck you call it. Marianne Williamson, who's not really in the race anymore, referred to it as character assassination of women who don't toe the party line. They did it to her too, when everyone was talking about how cool she was. Andrew Yang got her back. Tulsi Gabbard deserves much more respect and thanks than this. She literally just got back from serving our country abroad. So yeah, to reiterate the point that I opened this segment with, Hillary Clinton is a huge cunt. Okay, I don't know how Bill fucking stands her. I really do. Who the fuck knows? I'm gonna get fucking droned when I step outside, aren't I? If I get run over by a car on my way to work, you know who it was. Clinton's. Every once in a while, we do get a submission from a fan, and this isn't really. I guess this isn't really a fan. This is just my buddy fucking texted it to me, but he does watch and listen to the show, so I guess kind of. We'll pretend it's a fan submission. If you do have something you want to send us, you know where to find me. But he sends me Slate has a like a kind of like advice column, and they're fucking the headline is, "I'm a straight guy, but men's locker rooms really turn me on. I'm afraid my girlfriend will find out." So I guess this is one of you out there submitted this to Slate because you're getting boners in the locker room. Let's see. "I'm a man in my 20s. I'm currently dating a great girl, and I'm confident in my sexuality. However, ever since I was a preteen, I've had a fetish that seems to only be getting stronger. I get really turned on by being naked in locker rooms, both by the voyeurism and exhibitionism. I'm fit and well-equipped and get lots of looks from other guys at my gym. I don't think they are gay either. I look too, but never stare. I also find myself masturbating to locker room videos online, most of which I think are filmed without permission. On top of this, on a forum for guys into the same thing, I met a married guy in my city who says he sometimes masturbates in locker room shower stalls and catches all kinds of guys peeking. I have to admit that the idea turns me on a lot. I feel some guilt about this, even if I am not leering and am acting normal for the most part. It's very sexual for me, and I know it would make other guys uncomfortable. I also feel some shame, despite knowing for sure I'm into girls, and I'm afraid of how my girlfriend would react if she saw the porn. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. It's definitely not going away." Okay, so I want to first, let's go to the, what are the, holy shit. How much did they fucking write about this? God damn it. This is very long. Boo. I'm going to go through this to see if there are any highlights. This sucks. I should have done a better job fucking paying attention. They say Jane Ward's 2015 book Not Gay kicked off a lot of discourse about straight guys who engage in gay sex. So here's the thing. If you call yourself a straight guy who engages in gay sex, you're not a straight guy. You're a gay guy or a bi guy or whatever, but you're not fucking straight because you're banging dudes. You know who is straight? Guys who only bang chicks. That is straight. This is fucking preposterous. I don't even know what the fuck. This is so stupid. Yeah, I mean, what an idiotic fucking. So I guess they're trying to address his issue. "I will say that men's locker rooms are explicitly erotically charged in New York. I could count on my hand the number of times I haven't been masturbated at in a steam room or sauna." What fucking gym are you working out? I like it. I guess it's a back and forth here, and the woman, Stoya, asks, "Seriously? Do you go to particularly gay gyms?" And this guy says, Not even. My God, on Valentine's Day a few years ago, there was a note on the steam room door. Due to inappropriate behavior, men's sauna and steam room has been shut down until further notice. The whole shower area was just a cruising ground. Guys walking back and forth and then going from steam... What the fuck? Are you shitting me? Who does that? That sounds like the most unacceptable thing in the fucking world. Like, I can't... I mean, I thought the gym in Hoboken fucking sucked. What the fuck is going on with these... You come in from a workout and some guy's just cranking his fucking pecker right there in the locker room? I'd be fucking... What the fuck are you doing? It's just... I mean, it's disgusting. It's unsanitary. Like, you're trying to get changed, get back to the office after a lunchtime workout, and some guy's busting a load on the mirror. Like, you're in there flossing and you're fucking throwing on some deodorant, and some guy's just fucking cranking shaft? What the fucking... What gym is this? That's disgusting. Like, I understand if it's like an Equinox or a David Barton or something like that, which if you're not from the New York area, those are like renowned gay gyms, or if it's, whatever, if you're in a gay neighborhood, like then I fucking get that, makes sense, but these guys are just whacking off in the fucking gym locker room? Like, who the fuck? That's terrible. That's awful. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't have a problem. If you want to be gay by all means. I host a podcast. The other show that I host, my co-host is gay, lives with his boyfriend. We record the show at their fucking house. I don't give a shit if the gays. I have a considerable amount of gay friends, but I would ask them for the good of society to not shoot loads in the fucking locker room. It says. Locker rooms are really their own universe. I was buddies with a couple whose rules were, we only play together unless one of us is in a steam room, in which case all bets are off. Locker room play was written into their verbal contract. What the fuck, man? You can't be doing this shit. Just got... This guy says, it does strike me that for straight guys who just want to steam and have no interest in jerking off with another guy, it really must suck. Yeah. What the fuck? He says, I should note that some gyms have strict policies, and anyone caught dick in hands runs the risk of losing their membership or even legal trouble. Yeah, no shit. Really? You could get in trouble for jacking off in the locker room at a gym that people are paying to go to the gym to get a workout in, and you know what the locker room is for? It's for storing your clothes and your cell phone and your wallet and shit while you're working out, and then going and, freshening up real quick before hitting the street again, fully clothed, having not seen a complete stranger whacking off. That is what the locker room is for at the gym. It's not for you to go and just jack cock all over the place in front of strangers. Again, I have no problem with it. Like, if you want to go to a bathhouse or something like that, or like a place that's like kind of a designated, gay jack-off area, by all means, highway rest area at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you're hanging around in there by yourself, waiting in a stall that's got a fucking hole in the wall, I get it. You're up to you're up to some hanky panky. That's what that's for. Yeah, you know what? Fucking Midtown Manhattan, fucking middle of the afternoon on a work day, people trying to get a quick deadlift session in before going back to close the Anderson deal, probably don't want to see you jerking off. This guy says, I wonder if it's just like that in NYC or what. I went to a gym sauna in Colorado Springs and it was not sexual at all. The other guy mentioned here claims to have jerked off in stalls and lives in the same city. So our writer either lives in NYC or NYC is not an outlier. And then Rich here says, to your previous point, I think in general he should pump the brakes and only show off to guys who obviously want to see him. You know, there are glances and then there are glances. If he wants to jerk off, he could treat one of those guys to a private show in a stall with the curtain closed. No! Don't jerk off at the fucking gym! Just, if you see a guy at the gym and you're the kind of guy who likes to jerk off with other guys, and he seems like a jerk off with other guy kind of guys too, you know what you do? You go and you say, hey buddy, so are you into the whole jerking off with dudes thing? And if he says yes, you know what you do? You go somewhere nice and private, you jerk off together. You don't fucking... Yeah, so, and then the fact that he has a girlfriend, they say, I wonder if a masturbation club would be useful for him. I'm blown away by the way people spend their free time. It says, this guy says, I was reading about them today, and there are a lot of self-identified straight guys who like to jerk off with other dudes. The result, it says, from Slate's piece, the result is mutual masturbation gay. We're 465 to 100 that mutual masturbation is not gay. Yeah, I think that that if you say that jerking off with your friends is not gay, what you're actually saying is that you jerk off with your friends and you're worried that what you're doing is gay, so you're trying to skew the results of a poll that say that it's not. I mean, that is fucking, I mean, you know, Christ. Wow. Yeah. So let me tell you something. Because I went to Iraq where you have to like jerk off in a fucking porta shitter. It's the only place you have to whack it, and like you hear somebody walk by outside and it puts you out of the fucking mood. So I don't know how, like, I mean, it's hard enough to get in the fucking mood to jerk it in a fucking porta shitter to begin with, but fucking seriously, I mean, if you're jerking it in a fucking gym locker room, or you're fucking into the idea of jerking it in a gym locker, I mean, gym locker rooms are fucking disgusting. I mean, there's pubes all over the place, and they're filled with protein farts. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. Disgusting. Just, come on. And by the way, if you're jerking off, if your thing is jerking off around other guys in the locker room, guess what? Gay! Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh yeah, I actually, you know what? I actually covered, we did cover this story last year because they're linking to it. They tagged the article with this thing. It says, last year my husband of 2 years, together 6, and I were out to drink with his childhood friend and the friend's fiance. When we were several in, we were talking about losing our virginities, and his friend's fiance made a comment along the lines of, well, you know what they used to do? I did not know what they used to do. Turns out they masturbated together as teenagers, which included giving each other a hand. I was taken aback, but my husband was embarrassed, so I shrugged it off. Recently, I was out with the fiancée for her bachelorette party. My husband was at the bachelor party the same night. Someone joked about them getting too friendly with the strippers, and the fiancée said they were more likely to get too friendly with each other. She said she suspected they still do it sometimes, but she doesn't care because it's just jerking off. Apparently, this is a fetish for some guys, and yeah, here's the thing. If you jerk off with other dudes, kind of gay. I don't, there's nothing else to say, but that's a gay thing to do, is to whack your cock with other dudes. Like, that's, yeah. I don't know. If that's you, if that's what you like to do, then go ahead and jerk off with other dudes. But just when you do it, realize that it's gay. That, I don't know what to fucking tell you. It's not a bad thing. It's 2019. We're cool with the gays. The gays are cool. Should be cool with the straights. Yeah. And I see my battery is running low, which is great because that was my last topic. Yeah, we should all live. I'm all in favor of us living harmoniously together, with the stipulation that nobody be jerking off in the locker room. Okay, my gym sucks enough. The last thing I need is some guy whacking it in there. All right, no jerking off in the locker room. That's full stop. Just go somewhere else. Decorate your bathroom at home like a locker room, and you can buy a locker probably on Amazon, and then have somebody come, a friend who also likes to do that. You could probably, it's the internet now. Go on fucking Grindr or Plenty of Fish or Craigslist or wherever the fuck people find masturbation friends, and then you jerk off with them. That's fine. We don't have a problem with the behavior. If you want to jerk off with a buddy, that's your thing, but just not at the gym, okay? We're at the gym for one reason, and one reason alone, is to get our fucking pump on, okay? Not bad choice of words. We're at the gym to work out. Okay, get in shape, not jizz on things. All right, I'm going to wrap things up because I have some delicious chicken going in there. Facebook.com/Savage Crew is where this live stream's been going on. Twitter at Mike Montone. Instagram at Gary_Moyler, Moyler. And of course, you can find the entire thing at thesavagecrew.libsyn.com. Thank you for tuning in and spending some of your pathetic Saturday night with me. Later.